Hello and welcome to Hairdressing Live. I'm Paul Davey, and today I'm so delighted to have David and Alexis Thurston. These are founders of Pulp Riot, Butterfly Loft Salons and Butterfly Circus, all the way from Los Angeles, America. Welcome, guys. Welcome to Ireland.
It is so good to be here. It's actually our first trip here, I'm sad to say, but it's a fantastic town.
I'm gutted you have never been to Dublin before, or Ireland, should I say.
Well, actually, we've been in the airport, which didn't do your country justice.
No.
It's better to get out of the airport and hang out with the locals.
Yeah.
Oh, very good. But listen, there's a reason why you are here. There's a reason why you're in Europe. You are traveling around. Listen, tell us the reasons why you're here anyway with your product brand, and tell us a little bit more about that.
Sure. Well, it's important when you launch anywhere that we're present. I think a lot of the American companies, they launch somewhere and they just don't actually get out there and spend time with the people. And for us, I think traveling is super important, especially doing things like this. You get to meet local hairstylists that inspire you. And I think as artists, it helps our creativity to be challenged all the time, new cultures, new languages, new foods, the whole thing. So it's really important for us.
Yeah, we love connecting with the stylist community, and what we've found traveling internationally so much is stylists everywhere are the same.
Yeah.
They have a passion for hair, they love education, they love connecting, and so that's what we love connecting with stylists about.
It's one community all over the world, and it's amazing that. I mean, I think even like the internet has brought everybody closer. We're able to contact with or even communicate with people a lot better internationally.
Absolutely.
And obviously the reason why you are here is because of the product brand, right? You're doing something in one of the salons today. You're doing some teaching, is that right?
Yes, we are. We're here with our distributor, National Beauty, with Will and with Kieran.
Yeah.
And we're connecting with some of their educational artists today and going over some key points and helping them to better educate and spread out throughout Ireland. So we're excited about that. And then this evening, we're actually having an event with some of their key salons around in the area and being able to connect with them personally. So we're really excited.
Okay, so what does this evening look like to you guys? I mean, for anybody that's coming this evening, what does that look like? Is it like a Q&A session? Are you doing some presentation work? What is it?
Well, this morning, we're actually going to be doing hair, creating some masterpieces on models with some local artists.
Yeah.
Tonight, we're going to show those off. But our goal is to leave here and have everybody understand exactly how our product performs, what our story is, and so that when we leave, we understand that it's being told in the right way. And also, of course, form connections.
These are becoming ambassadors for your product, right?
Yes.
Right? So they want to distribute the product and therefore. Okay, so realistically, you're here to also inspire them and motivate them to obviously take your product on and take it to the next level. Look, the product is eco-friendly, and your salon's sort of eco-friendly, and the future of your product brand, as we were just chatting there now. Do you want to tell us a little bit about that? Because you've got some dry shampoos, you've got some shampoos and everything like that, haven't you?
Yes, so every product that we create, whether it's color or color extensions like bleach and developer, everything is vegan. It's really important for us to have vegan products, and also another key ingredient that's connected with all of our products is quinoa. And quinoa is a gluten-free seed that has both protein and moisture.
I love quinoa.
Yes, everybody loves to eat it. It's great to eat, but please don't eat our products. And so it's really great because it provides both moisture and protein to the hair, and hair is made up of pretty much moisture and protein. So you're just putting back what the hair is made up of.
Can I just ask you, was this a niche initially when you've got to create this idea, right? You bring it to life. I mean, I'm very interested in business. You know, these ideas have to stem from somewhere. Was this initially a niche, or did you believe that, you know what, this is our life, this is the way we're going, and that's it, and you know, we're going to develop this product for us, and then alternatively it goes into the market?
Well, we did not expect it to grow as quickly as it has. We've
15 months, is that correct?
15 months. We're in 38 countries.
Incredible.
And we are just told we're the fastest growing hair product line in the history of the beauty industry. We didn't think it was going to take off this far, and we started with these bold and pastel hair colors. You know, you see people walking down the street with purple, blue, and green. And I believe that those products were niche products, but they're not a trend. We're finding, I think it's a culture shift. We're seeing younger people in elementary school wearing
believe
purple,
it's sustainable?
blue, green. I think it's here to stay. We're seeing older people, middle-aged people getting little pops of purple. They come into our salon, get that pop of purple. Next thing you know, they're coming back and they're getting green, blue, yellow. I think it's here to stay. So
very good.
Yeah.
Look, that even that culture, that multicolored culture, the pastel tones, the different colors that you're promoting there now. You know what? For our listeners or for other salons, how do they get that type of clientele? I mean, I know myself. You know what? You have to change the way you work. You have to get more people in the salon and practice and.
Well, I'll tell you
This
that
is so
she's
true.
the right person to
This
answer.
is so true.
For 20 years,
Yeah.
Alexis was behind the chair doing mostly blondes and root touch-ups, and she's completely transformed her career in becoming known as one of the premier stylists who do these bright, bold colors. Alexis, how did you do it?
You know, you can't get different results if you're doing the exact same thing. So if you want a different clientele, if you want those kind of clienteles, there's really two things that you can do. Number one is wear it yourself.
Yeah.
So if you have creative color in your hair, you will get stopped everywhere you go. I get stopped everywhere. The
Your hair's
grocery
beautiful,
store.
by the way. I love
Thank
it.
you.
Very, very
The grocery store, the bank, everywhere I walk around, coffee shops, everybody's commenting on my hair. And what's so great about that is, as a stylist, you can strike up a conversation and say, hey, I'm a stylist. I would love to do your hair. Come on in. I'll do it for free. That really doing free hair is the key.
It.
And that's what I did. I set aside one day a week where I would do a model and I would do their hair for free. So I would see somebody on the streets that had maybe faded out hair or had hair that I was really inspired by, that I was like, hey, actually, here's my social media feed. I can tell you I'm a legit stylist. This is what I can do. And come on in. I'm going to do your hair for free. And all I ask in exchange is you just pass out my business cards. And so when you do that, it's really the law of attraction, because whatever you post on social media, whatever you're showing that you can do, it attracts those type of clientele. So if you're not showing creative color on your social media feed, then you're not going to attract those clientele.
Do you know what? I love exactly what you just said there. And do you know what? That mentality even goes, if you employ a new stylist, I mean, loads of salon owners out there, if you employ a new stylist from a different country, they don't have any clientele whatsoever. They could be from a different culture. They could be, and they come into a salon. How do they build that clientele? Exactly that way, in my opinion.
They do hair for free.
Do you do hair for free?
Yes.
Right? You don't have to do all day every day.
No, not every day. Yeah.
If you choose people within the vicinity, they could be, good-looking people. They could have lovely hair. They may be, good influences in the area. You get them in and do their hair for free. They build.
That's exactly right. And the thing is I didn't need to do hair for free. I had a full clientele. I was completely booked out for months on end. I didn't need to do hair for free, but I wanted to do hair for free because that's the only way that I could attract the different type of clientele. I couldn't be doing the same things and get a different result.
Yeah, very, very true. I love that about that. Listen, you own Butterfly Loft Salons.
Yes.
We were just chatting there a few moments ago. This is something that isn't available to us over here. It's unfamiliar to us over here, shall I say. Tell us a little bit about that. It's the Loft Salon, it's the rental spaces.
Yes.
But what you were just saying to me a moment ago really grabbed my attention as well. It was about you've got like the Manhattan area. It's like the hub of the salon, the vibrancy of the salon, and then you have like the suburbs or something. Is that correct?
So basically, we started Butterfly Loft 7 years ago, and it was a 25-station salon.
Wow!
We've now expanded 3 times, and now we have over 70 stations in our salon, and they're all rental. But there's the hub of the salon, which you consider to be Manhattan. There's this buzz, there's this energy. You're surrounded by the best. And then we have these satellites around it that are individual salon suites. We call them bungalows that stylists could rent. And it's got its own shampoo chair. They could decorate it the way they want. They could call it what they want. They play the music they want. They control their own thermostat.
Is there no framework within that?
No, they're self-contained salons. I don't know how many meters, but I could say they're about 14 feet by 14 feet. Okay. Really high ceilings, lots of windows so you don't feel boxed in. And they could run their own show there. So we consider that like Brooklyn. You're running your own show, but you could come in and take advantage of all the things that a regular salon has. The inspiration, the education, the parties, the events, and the camaraderie. So it really is the best of both worlds.
My God, you just mentioned there as well about, they can design it the same way. Is there not like a culture thing that you have to, if you do come through your doors and you offer them a site, they have to stay within a certain culture? Or do you have a multitude of different cultures, different backgrounds?
I think they're all so different. And to try to force them into one thing is not the way we should go. I mean, you have to remember that things have changed.
They have
stylists can book their own appointment with their cell phone. They can market themselves. They could run their credit cards all on their cell phone. And so they've become very independent people. And so rather than do what a lot of other salon owners do and try to force them into being more dependent on you, we celebrate their independence and we find ways for them to thrive as independent artists. And so it's really fun. You walk around our bungalows and you look in the windows and everybody's individual taste is expressed. And by the way, what a great environment to work in. The place that you are inspired, not the place that the salon owner is inspired. So it's a lot of fun.
Very, very good, very good. Listen, tell me a little bit about, look, what are the main reasons, like you just explained to me there, was you went from like 0 to 15 months later, like you made it to how many countries? 38?
38 countries.
38 countries. Was via social media. Explain what social media means to you, because we talk about this a lot, but just it'd be interesting to hear your view on this, because I think America have actually gone like 1,000 miles an hour ahead of everybody. There's a lot more people embracing that sort of social media, although we are, but there seems to be a lot of people using it in the correct way. How do you believe the evolving like Instagram posts and things, how do you think we can evolve and take it to the next level again?
Well, sure, social media is obviously really important. It's a buzzword. It is, for Pulp Riot, it's our microphone that we use to communicate directly to the hearts and minds of stylists across the world. Okay. Why it's been effective for us is when we come to a place like Ireland for the very first time, people know who we are already when we arrive, and they're welcoming us with open arms. So you could build a brand really quickly now. How fantastic of a time is it to be alive? And for stylists, you could build a clientele so quickly. In our salon, we have stylists in their mid-20s who are absolutely killing it. They're renting 2 chairs, they have their own personal assistant, and you have to wait months to get them. When we first started our salon 7 years ago, we used to help them learn how to build their clientele. Everything we told them then is archaic. It's old. I wouldn't do it then, do it now the way it was then. And so everybody needs to pivot and change, or else you're going to be Blockbuster in a Netflix world. You're going to be that video store that went out because Netflix came along. And so it also helps us connect cultures together, which is really cool.
It's really, we were talking about it earlier, and how really social media is a way of connecting. It's a way of connecting instantly with someone across the world. It's a way of stylists connecting with their clients. It's a way of, salon owners connecting with stylists. It's a way of stylists and artists around the world connecting, and that's really what we're doing with Pulp Riot.
There's stylists from Ireland who have been direct messaging me for, I don't know, for over a year. And I've formed relationships with them already. I mean, we couldn't do that 5 years ago.
Yeah.
So, no, totally. And it's amazing to have that, isn't it? I mean, I do look at Instagram as like, that's your magazine. And that is even we used to spend so much time trying to get our work published in magazines and so on and so forth, right?
Exactly.
Trying to have a voice, trying to get on TV to try and get our message out there. And now you've got your own television program, you've got your own magazine.
Right.
It's absolutely incredible. You get the message out there. I do believe, though, I mean, we everybody's posting up pictures and things like that. I do believe we need to change it up a little bit more, more video content, or, I mean, there is going to be a lot more video content out there. But I think like getting the lighting, should I say, on your work to actually display your work in the correct manner, I think is very, very important. Would you agree with that?
Absolutely. Taking the right picture. It's one thing to create this beautiful masterpiece, but it's another to take the right kind of a picture for it.
Because it may look lovely in the salon, and then you take a picture and go, geez, that doesn't.
But then, we see so many times that people don't try to take like 5 minutes to take a few pictures. There'll be the Starbucks coffee in the background. There'll be, it'll be kind of messy in the background. There'll be shadows, or, they cut off their head, or they take the picture where it's just like this, and you don't see their face, and their face is so cute, you want to show their face. There's so many different things, and so, it's really about practicing. Nobody's great at being a photographer. As stylists, you're not born with that, but you need to practice. And so it's practicing with other stylists, practicing with assistants, practicing with your clientele, finding the right lighting in your salon where it's a clean background, and just really taking hundreds of pictures till you really get it right.
Yeah, lighting. Do you do the ring flash?
We
do you have
do.
different
We do. We actually have a really great wall in our salon where it's natural lighting that comes right in, and we have a cement background. So it's a perfect background. We have some white walls that are great backgrounds with natural lighting. Of course, when it's evening time, the ring light or any other type of lighting setup that you can get is really crucial.
If you have a salon right now, they should be investing in dedicating a space for taking pictures for their staff.
Yes.
It's a great way to differentiate yourself from this salon down the street, that you have this space to take really great pictures, because you spend 3 hours creating this masterpiece. You have to show it off the right way. I'd also give, if I were to give advice, you have to let your personality, yourself shine through. If you aspire to be big on social media, which, by the way, means more opportunity, more money that would come your way, you have to show yourself, your actual person. You have to let your personality shine through, because when you're scrolling through on a Thursday morning through your Instagram feed in a sea of just hair photos, occasionally to have a human being pop out at you and have some humanism to it is the way to really build.
I totally agree with that,
Yeah.
actually. It's something that a lot of hairdressers don't do.
Yeah.
It's hard to do.
I don't do it.
Yeah.
I don't do it enough, actually. Yeah.
The first time I ever did it,
Yeah.
I put my face on my own Instagram feed. It was mortifying. I mean, I'm not a child of, I'm not a millennial. I'm not used to it, but I did it. I actually walked directly into my bedroom. I laid on my bed, face down, just feeling like, okay, I'm going to go back up. I'm going to delete that. That's not who I am. I get back, and there's all these likes, and there's people agreeing with what I said, and it created a monster. I'm like, oh well, now I got a microphone. Let's do it. Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
But there's other ways too. There's Instagram stories now, and we are just talking about Instagram, but there's also, Snapchat and Facebook stories and all these different Vero and all these different channels now for social media. But really, the stories and those short 10-second videos are really where you can really bring your personality out.
Totally. I couldn't agree more. So listen, we're going to end on this one, actually. You have been, you love promoting independent education with the Butterfly Circus.
Yes.
I love what you're doing. You're taking influencers on different sorts of cultures, different backgrounds, and platforming them and using them to educate the industry. I think that's remarkable. It's something similar to what we are doing with Hairdressing Live. We're taking everybody, like them and brands and different people, different cultures, session hairdressers to technicians to freelance to everything. We're trying to capture and put it under one roof that people can tap into different education, which is really, really good. Tell us, you do these regular? Are you going to be doing them in Europe? Butterfly Circus?
We might be doing them in Europe. Basically, with Butterfly Circus, we started to grow our own personal social media. And we started noticing about 3.5 years ago that it used to be the product companies were the ones that were inspiring and educating our industry. And all of a sudden we started noticing these individual people from across the United States were also just as influential. And so back then, 25,000 Instagram followers meant you had a lot. And all we did was pick up the phone, call them and said, hey, we're going to do this class. Are you interested in being a part of it? And what's great is because of technology, all we did was go on our cell phones, put on Instagram, class tickets on sale in 20 minutes, go, and they just sell out like that.
That's incredible.
We changed the format a little bit. Rather than having one instructor drone on and on for 3 hours, what we do is we'd have 6 instructors teach 30 minutes each, which makes it more like a music festival of hair. And it's more interesting. People you learn cutting, you learn coloring, you learn styling, you learn how to build an Instagram, you learn how to build a clientele. All 30-minute segments taught by 6 different people. And it was just a format that really worked well for us.
Very good.
And that's really what morphed into Pulp Riot. And a lot of the way we educate with Pulp Riot now is using the exact same format. And so if you go to any of our shows that we do, you'll never just hear one instructor. You hear small sound bites from each one.
Okay.
It's like being on YouTube. When you watch a tutorial, you never watch the whole thing. You watch 5 minutes of it, and you say, oh, I got it. That's what it's like. So,
okay, very good indeed. Very good indeed. So listen, so Pulp Riot, it's going to be pulpriot.ie, is that correct?
Correct.
Pulpriot.ie.
Yes.
For any of the viewers watching this, want to actually see the product or get involved or get the product in the salon, is that correct?
Absolutely.
Yes. And then on Instagram, you're going to want to make sure, if you don't already, to follow Pulp Riot Hair. We have over 650,000 Instagram followers in 15 months, which is pretty crazy. It's a great place to be inspired and to be connected to the mothership, our brand. But also there's Pulp Riot _Ireland. And that's a place to be connected to local artists who are into Pulp Riot, the Pulp Riot cult. And but I would follow both.
Yes.
Okay, very good. Well, thank you very much for your time. Amazing.
Thank you.
Thank you
Thank
so
you for the
much for
opportunity.
joining us.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you.